On this week's episode of the Fizz, we have our NFL preview show. We walk through every division. Channy football, ice cold brew Lou, Frankie Fast Hands. We're all picking our division winners, giving our thoughts on the NFL season. We are so fired up for this year. We end with the Detroit Lions, talk about them and what we're looking forward to this year and why they're going to win the division for the third year in a row. But before we get into all of that, I want to tell you about our amazing sponsor, and that's Antonio's Cucina Italiana. They are my favorite Italian restaurant in the entire world, and they have locations all throughout Michigan: Dearborn Heights, Farmington Hills, Canton, Livonia, and then their original location, the Roman Village restaurant in Dearborn. Every day for over 60 years, the Ruggiero family has worked hard preparing fresh, authentic Italian dishes. These include delicious sauces, soups, and stuffed pastas. Their hard work has paid off with award-winning pizzas, calzones, and of course, their award-winning famous fresh baked bread. If you guys haven't had this bread, it's unbelievable. They put a huge basket in front of you right when you sit down, and then I'm always walking out with a Santa Claus sack of this stuff going home because it is that good. You're looking for a carryout, go get their steak and cheese calzone. It's absolutely nails. It's so good. It'll be great for football Sundays. They have amazing pizzas and pastas. You can take the family there. You can go there on a date. You can grab a carryout. You can do all the above. It's a great Michigan-based restaurant. If you like Italian food, this is the best in the world. So go check out Antonio's at all the locations I mentioned. It's a delicious restaurant. But now, let's get into the Fizz. Hello and welcome to episode 198 of the Fizz. I am here with the main men, Ice Cold Brew Lou, Channy Football. Wake up with champagne today. It is Friday morning, 8:30 in the morning. This is what schedule's allowed. Took a week off, but we're here. And boys, it is the official start of the NFL season. Couldn't be more excited. How are we feeling today?
I mean, it started, came in hot last night, had a divisional matchup, falls in the air. It's like mid-60s, upper 60s this week. It's football season. I'm ready to just jump right into it, boys.
Yep, amen. Keep an eye on the unders this year, boys. Week 1 unders. The games come out flying, and everything slows down second half. NFL is back. Let's get it.
Yeah, and like Chandler said, we're going to jump right into it. And I think just number one, let's talk about how excited we are and how the first game, happened last night. So right off the rip, we're just getting fireworks. Like literally one play into the game, we get a guy carted off, and then we got guys spitting on each other, all-stars spitting on each other, Pro Bowlers spitting on each other. We got fucking Dak spitting at the ground near Jalen Carter, and then Jalen Carter spitting right on Dak, right in front of the ref, ejected. Doesn't even get one play in. Crazy.
Yeah, I couldn't believe that. I mean, it's one thing to spit on a guy, but when the ref's literally got his hand on your shoulder pad, don't think it's a good idea or the time to try to swap some saliva on the opponent at that point in time.
Yeah, there was no room for any misjudgment there. There was a clear spit leaving his mouth, landing on his chest on live national TV.
First play. NFL's trying to tighten up the taunting and all the, the fisticuffs and everything, and then bang, right off the rip, you got just a star, a Super Bowl champion, one of the darlings, rising stars in the NFL, spitting on Dak, who is arguably one of the most recognizable people in the NFL. Couldn't draw it up better. And then meanwhile, while it's all happening, there's a guy getting carted off. Who knows if it, he's done.
Yeah, and he mouthed something, and I can't remember it, but it was something to the effect of, what the fuck? The fucking first play or something like that. Can you fucking believe it? You just feel for it. You know how much these guys go through. And it was it's like when we score a touchdown in HQ, Lou presses us and pushes us harder than that guy got pushed on the opening kickoff, and he fucking hurts his leg and looked like it was pretty serious.
Yeah, Card had to come get him.
Good start to the year. Welcome back, NFL. Here we go.
yeah, exactly. And, yesterday, 90% of the money's on the Eagles. Seems like no way Dallas could be able to hang in this game. Dallas takes the early lead. And then, of course, Dallas ends up covering and honestly probably should have won the game. And that is probably what we're in store for here in week 1. I think it's one of the toughest looking slates that we got. So, let's talk about what this year is going to look like, what predictions we got, how we're feeling. So, Channy, why don't you start with some predictions? Why don't we start in some of these divisions here?
Yeah, sure. Let's get going. We'll do through the league first before we go to our Lions, which take up a bulk of it. So I'm going to start just where we saw last night, the NFC East. Probably one of the better divisions, especially after seeing how Dallas performed last night. You got the defending Super Bowl champs. You got another NFC championship team in the Commanders in there, Cowboys and Giants. For me, it's still the Eagles division. The East still runs through the Eagles. The NFC and the NFL still runs through Philadelphia this year. No reason to believe anything should change after seeing that last night. But I do want to give just another quick note. I think surprisingly bad team for the year, Commanders. I have them missing the playoffs this year after such a good year. Surprising good team that doesn't make the playoffs, but I'd take their win total over, Giants. I think the Giants have the best D-line in the league with Abdul Carter, Brian Burns, Kayvon Thibodeau, Dexter Lawrence. They're loaded up front. I think the Giants are going to fight to be 500 this year and be one of your toughest outs for a quote-unquote bad team this year. But East runs through the Eagles still. What about you, Lou?
Yeah, I'd have to agree on the Eagles part of it. I don't think the Commanders are going to have a down year, though. I think they're going to be fine. I think they're still going to make the playoffs. I don't think they're going to do what they did last year. But I have to agree on the Giants aspect of it. I do think that they get over their win total. I think it was 5.5 or 6 last time I looked at it. I do like that number. The Cowboys are the Cowboys. They're just there. They're just kind of there. You don't expect them to win anything. You don't expect them to finish dead last. They're just there. I'm going to go Eagles, Commanders in the second spot out of that division, though.
With everything in me, I don't want to pick the Eagles to win this division because this is the division where no one's won the division in back-to-back years, since the 80s. It's some ridiculous number like that. It might not be the 80s, but it's close. That no one has won this division back-to-back in so many years. But you look at all these other teams, and I can't pick someone over the Eagles. I can't. It would just be I'd be lying to be different. And I got to say the Eagles are one of the most fucking boring teams to watch. Jalen Hurts is so boring at quarterback, which makes no sense. They're winning games. He can run. He finds open receivers. Saquon is one of the most electrifying players in the NFL, but I don't know how to describe it. They just methodically kind of slowly beat you, and it's very boring to watch. And unfortunately, I think that's a recipe. It's
one of those things too, Frank, where it's like high school football when you're preparing to play Catholic Central or Frankenmuth that just runs the fucking veer offense, but they're so good at running their little niche thing that nobody else does in the league. You have to prepare separately for the Eagles that you do for any other team in the league. Nobody runs their offense like the Eagles do. It's annoying. It's boring to watch, but it's just good football. It's you one-on-one against beat your man, pound the ball down their throat. When there's an opening, you toss a little ball deep, and then you just keep running it back and forth, and you can't stop it. You can't.
I know. They're very good at picking up 10 yards at a time or 12 yards at a time. Not in one play. They get to third down quite a bit. They just hold the ball. It's slow and it's tough to beat. And they have just absolute bruisers. Someone in our group chat said they're a wrestling team, and I totally agree. They are just absolute bruisers. So all that said, I'm taking the Eagles again, as much as I don't want to. Eagles take the NFC East. I think Washington comes in second. You're looking at the Cowboys in third, and I don't have the love or excitement around the New York Giants like you guys do. I don't think Dable has the chops to turn this thing around, and I don't know. I think Russ is just collecting a paycheck.
Fair. I mean, that's probably the popular opinion. Let's go to the next division. So I'm just going to do it by region. So why don't we move over to the AFC East? Yeah. This division's been dominated by the Bills the last 5 years. Feel like it's going that way this year. You got Mike Vrabel in New England this year, a little bit of new blood there. You got Mike McDaniels, Jerry curl and all, powder on the nose down in Miami looking boy. And then you got the Jets, who, we love you, AG, but you're stepping on a rake going to New York. To me, very simple. It's the Bills division. They are a Super Bowl favorite, one of the top 5 Super Bowl favorites. I think it's very easy to say Bills win the division. Patriots will be a tough out this year in the AFC. And my prediction for this division, Mike McDaniels will be the first head coach fired this year.
Yeah, the reason I'm jumping in, the reason I reacted that way is because that was going to be my take as well. Obviously must not be an unpopular opinion. It's just like, number one, they're not good. I think Miami might have a case for the worst team in the NFL this year. They actually,
I'm with you on that.
They could, especially if like Tua's again, like they could be last place in the NFL. I don't think that's that crazy of a take. And then just like with Mike McDaniels, it's one of those things where he like kind of came out hot. It was like the flash in the pan type of deal. Like he looked different. He talks different. He manages different. Like, ooh, this is like unique. Could this like work in the NFL? But as soon as that starts to go south and you lose games and you're not like a prototypical like NFL likable guy, like you're toast. Like you're toast. Like I would say the opposite of it is like Doug Peterson. Doug Peterson is like one of those NFL guys that's like very likable, and you feel like he'll keep getting rehired. And even if he keeps losing, his leash is going to be longer. Mike McDaniels is like, people are going to be screaming for him to be fired when they start losing games. So in that division, very similar to Chandler, Buffalo Bills absolutely take it. I have Miami coming in last. Weirdly rooting for the Patriots in Vrabel. Don't even really get why. Just kind of like everything they got going. So couldn't agree more. Buffalo Bills, one of the more terrifying teams if the Lions were to make the Super Bowl that I would want to see. I'd be pretty scared to see the Bills.
Yeah, I think we're pretty much in lockstep, boys, so far here. I mean, the Bills is kind of a no-brainer on this one, but I do feel like their window is kind of starting to close here, and you've noticed that with some of the people that have been leaving. You know, they're kind of scraping together wide receivers right now on their team. Their running backs in question. You know, he's all right, but he ain't like damn. Defense is still kind of shaky from their aspect. So I hate to say this, but like I feel like they're kind of in a similar situation to the Lions, where you got 2 or 3 more years here before you got to start paying the big money and you got to start re-signing these guys. So it's kind of now or never for Buffalo. I still think they're the top dog in this division. So I am going with them at 1. I think the Dolphins are going to suck ass, like you guys said. I see Quinn Ewers taking over that starting the starting quarterback job midseason. Mike McDaniels, I can't stand looking at the motherfucker.
No,
He's just not a football guy, like you said, Frank. Like he looks like a dweeb. Like he's like, I'm smarter than you. You know what I mean? Like you suck. You're not that guy. He'll be out of there soon. Quinn Ewers will be taking over. That team's gonna suck ass for the next 3 or 4 years. So they're bottom of the basement. And then New York Jets. Love AG, rooting for him, but you're the New York Jets. Nothing's changed there since Vinny Testaverde took him to the fucking playoffs in 2000 or whatever the fuck it was. That team's dead as well. Bills, I do like the Patriots. I agree with you on a lot of the sentiment there. Vrabel, Drake May, I think, has a good arm. They brought in Stephon Diggs as a weapon for him. So, yeah, don't sleep on the Pats this year, but definitely going to be Buffalo's division to lose.
What Mike McDaniels being the head coach of my team would devastate me. Like it would be like if Caleb Williams was my quarterback. That's how I feel. Like it would just I would have to take a long walk in the woods to like support my team if that's what I was fucking deal with. The one thing I wanted to mention about the Bills, who I'm looking at, and I'm sure you two are as well, would love a little breakout year from Keon Coleman. Would love his like welcome to the NFL year this year. Need him to take a step up. And I feel like it's there. Like they don't really have a go-to number one. Why not Keon?
They just re-signed Gabe Davis. They got Josh Palmer.
Did they really?
Yeah. Then
they
they
brought
have
back Gabe.
Khalil Shakir. It's like it's over. Who wants it? Go get it. Right.
Yeah. So rooting for Keon there.
Yeah. So we're gonna be dropping nuggets throughout the show, but guys, you heard it. Mike McDaniel, first coach to be fired. If you can find it on your book, Go get it. Sign up on Caesars. Sign up on Caesars. Frank's going to be posting all weekend on it. Make sure you get your bets in before the end of the weekend. Let's keep moving through the regions. Let's go to the South. I'm going to call this the worst division in football, the AFC South. I feel like it's bad every year. No franchise in there. I don't think any of the franchises in there have ever even won the Super Bowl outside of the Colts, right?
Colts,
yeah. So bad division. I think this is where a big surprise is going to happen, though. I'm going to take said Indianapolis Colts to win the AFC South. I think Danny Dimes has a big year. I know it's funny. I know it's laughable, but it's a very similar deal that he got this year to what Sam Darnold got last year. A one-year prove-it deal for a guy who everyone has kind of thrown dirt on. He's a mobile quarterback, and if you can find it on said book, comeback player of the year, throw a little tickle on Danny Dimes, a.k.a. Daniel Jones from the Colts. Bust from this division. I just don't see it with Travis Hunter. I hope all the best for him, but you got to pick a side, and I think he's going to get caught in the gray area this year. So that is my prediction for the NFC South. And just watch out. I think Titans will get better throughout the year, but that first half of the year, it could be a rough one.
Yeah, I gotta go. Man, I'll be honest with you. I was toting the Titans last year. I was kind of giving Levis a little bit of love. And you know what? I'm going to follow it up, boys. I'm going to follow it up with my boy Cam Ward. He looks a lot better. I think the Titans are another team that I don't think they're going to make the playoffs, but I love their over. I think they're at 5.5, 6 as well. I think they can get to 7 wins this year, boys. Write that down. Titans are going to be dangerous. Now, week 1, they're flying out to fucking Mile High. That's going to be a bruiser for them, so just push that one aside. Don't worry about that one.
They're covering that one, Lou. That's my week. Yes, that's the most bet team week 1 is the Broncos right now. We used to do a segment Sheep or Shark on this. The Sheep won a lot more time than the Shark. I do like your sentiment on that one, Lou, with the Titans.
Okay, so yeah. Don't sleep on the Titans this year. I'm with you on the Jags. Last year for Trevor Lawrence, I feel like as well. Like you got to put up or shut up at this point. Otherwise, get the fuck out. You've had plenty of weapons. You had one of the best receivers last year. Travis Etienne is more than serviceable. Your defense sucks, but you're really not putting up the points at the end of the day. So it's a put up or shut up year for T-Law. The Colts, I think, are kind of just
Duval.
You know me, I'm a Duval guy, brother. I'm a Carney, baby.
A Carney,
find me down in Jayville, buddy. But it's that year for Trevor Lawrence, dude. You don't have anything left. There's no more excuses. You got to ball up. The Colts, I think they're going to be all right. I don't think they're going to be like, damn, they're not making the playoffs. 500 team, in my opinion. And I think the Texans actually have a down year this year. I think they missed the playoffs this year as well. Look for the Titans to take this division down, boys. I'm going with the Tennessee Titans to win this division and make the playoffs. Forget anything I told you earlier about a 500 team. They're better than that because these other teams suck dick. Go Titans.
Hit the laugh track, Frank.
Yeah, I will. Mike, edit that in post. No, Mike's out of town. I got to edit myself today, like a fucking peasant. No, this is great. It's perfect that Pizzo mentioned him being a carny, and if anyone doesn't get that reference, it's because he went to the Duval Carnival the one time. Or circus or fair, whatever word we want to use here. These are just semantics. He went to that in Jacksonville, and boy, did we just ride a fucking roller coaster of the train of thought of ice cold brew Lou. Because holy shit, it started with Tennessee sucking ass. It went up, it went down. The Colts are going to be all right, but not damn. And then we landed when the plane finally hit the fucking ground. I don't think the wheels came out of it, but it hit the ground, sparking, spinning around. We landed at the Tennessee Titans, who are plus 750 to win the AFC South. That is like that's got to be by far and away the biggest hot take. I don't think he even remembers saying it. He'll change that pick by week 2. Before we got on the call, I said I'm worried about being the Chalkmeister, the fucking professor, and I am. I feel like the sexy thing to do right now in the AFC South, because it is such a weak division, because it feels wide open, is to not take Houston. Last year, Houston was the sexiest team to pick, and they had a decent year. They were a good team. They should have beat us. Goff 5-pick game. That was crazy. But they should have beat us, and they were a good team. Now, if I'm looking at this division, I'm looking at the coaches, I'm looking at the quarterback, and I like DeMarco Ryans. I like CJ Stroud. I think those are the two most competent people at their position. And I like DeMarco Ryans to be like, hey, fuck everybody thinking we're going to have a down year, which is exactly what everyone's thinking for the Detroit Lions. So what I'm saying is Houston takes this division, and it's not particularly close. I'm going straight chalk, and I'm proud of it. Houston Texans take the AFC South.
You don't want to tighten up, bro?
I do not. I can't. I have no faith in that team whatsoever. They got Calvin Ridley.
Oh, yeah.
That's right.
He's going to be a fucking
He's gonna
Swiss
have a big
Army
year.
knife, dude. Yeah.
He's gonna have a big year.
Come on, hop on the train, Channy.
I got him 1,250+ yards this year already. It's already on the book and in, so you don't worry about it, Lou. All right.
I like Ridley. I wish he wasn't on the Titans. Imagine trading away AJ Brown.
Yeah, how did you do last night? He sucks.
They had Derek. Yeah, okay, he had a bad game.
Fucking sucks balls, dude. Great trade.
Yeah, Tennessee. Let me trust the team. Let me trust the team that somehow got rid of Derrick Henry and AJ Brown. Let me trust that team.
He's old, dude.
Go.
Who's old?
D. Henny, dude. D. Henny's going to blow a tire this
so
year.
Sick. Yeah, he's going to blow a tire. That's good. You're betting to blow a tire. That's where
I'm
we're
just
at.
saying he's going to slow down a little bit. I didn't say he was going to get hurt.
You literally just said he's going to blow a tire.
Yeah, and that just slows you down. The car's not stopping. The car's still
tire
rolling.
Is usually, yeah, you know what you're inferring there. Fucking.
I like all these runway references. We're doing a lot of planes and runway references right now. So
don't forget about the trains.
Yeah, when you got Pizzo working the flight simulator, you never know where you're gonna fucking end up. Crashing into the Ferris wheel in Duval.
Yeah, no, thank you. All right, moving on. NFC South. This division has been taken by the Buccaneers, it seems like, for the last 5 years as well. You've got a couple young quarterbacks in this division between Michael Penix, between Bryce Young, and then whoever the hell the Saints are throwing out. I think it's Spencer Rattler at this point.
Yes.
Got Tampa Bay, the staple. Mike Evans, just put it in, 1,000 yards. He does it every year. But this is my big surprise. So last year I said Commanders. That was my surprise team of the year. I said over 8.5 victories on this same show last year for the Commanders. This is where people take notes. This is my surprise team of the year. I'm laddering them. Over 6.5 wins, over 7.5 wins, over 8.5 wins, and to win the division at over 3-1 odds. Keep pounding. I'm taking Bryce Young. I'm taking Dave Canales, taking Tatoria McMillan, and the Panthers to be the surprise team of the year. I like the young quarterback, young head coach. They had a lot of synergy in the last quarter of last year. Rutrow Renfro, one of the best slot receivers back on the Panthers this year. I could see a huge week 1 in Jacksonville for Renfro and the Panthers. Again, they're going to be over 500. They're going to make the playoffs, and I'm going to sprinkle a little bit on them to win the division as well. Keep pounding. Give me the Pan Daddies to take the NFC South this year.
I was with you. You got me excited. I appreciate your research. I appreciate your passion. You nailed it with the Commanders last year. Some people, not me, are saying that you were rooting for them in the divisional round. I would never say that, but some people are saying it. A lot of people are talking about it. And I appreciate this pick. I do. So I'm looking at the odds. It's about 425, 450 for the Panthers to win the division. I'm reading the numbers. These are just the numbers. It's a great value pick. I was right with you until you started saying Rutrow Renfro or whatever. And then I just remembered that that Bryce Young is still 5'5" and Hunter Renfro's out of retirement to play for the Panthers. So the chalk man's in town. The chalk man's here to fire cannons, and I'm taking the Tampa Bay fucking Buccaneers to win the division because I don't think there is a quarterback that I respect more in the the
Half
NFL
unit.
outside of Jared Goff. Jared Goff is in his own stratosphere for the respect I have for that man. I think number 2 is Baker Mayfield. I respect the fight in that guy, how he's rebuilt his career like 3 different times. And that guy just has the dog, the fight in him to win games. And Mike Evans is all reliable. It's not sexy to pick the Bucs, but I don't care. I like the Buccaneers as a team, like in general. Like I root for them outside of Lions games because of Baker Mayfield. Also, big Godwin fan. He'll be back probably after a month or so after blowing that leg in the blowing the tire, which is not an injury reference, last year. So I got the Bucs taking the division again. Someone's going to have to come and jam their cannons.
Okay, Chalky. We see you, Big Chalk.
I am literally like I am LeBron. I am
Professor.
LeBron James. I am LeBron James throwing the dust in the air with every
Professor over there.
Yeah,
Hey,
I suck, dude.
Sometimes you got to walk with the chalk, brother, because I'm a chalky boy. I'm a chalky boy as well in the NFC South.
I'm
And
only
I
swinging
agree
at
with you, dude.
fastballs.
I just like Tampa Bay. Todd
I just
Boyle's
like 'em.
defense. I love Baker. They
Bucky.
got homie from Ohio State and Buka lining up wide to take over for Godwin when his tire gets replaced. Mike Evans, Bucky Irving's gonna have a fucking huge year as well.
The
I
Buck
love
show.
Tampa Bay, dude. I think they're gonna be one of the better teams in the NFC. They're gonna be a problem team for us, our boys over here in Detroit. Somebody that we seem to run into all the time. Love the Buccaneers. I'm definitely taking them to win it all. Chandler's like 500 team with the Panthers playing fucking grab ass over there with Bryce Young. I don't think so, buddy. Not this year, pal. You had a lucky pick last year. This isn't your year. The Pan Daddies are dead. You forgot to mention Chuba Hubbard as well. Probably the best player on that team. The most versatile, longest yards per carry in Carolina Panther history. So don't forget about him.
That's pretty good, isn't it? CMC, D'Angelo Williams. You ever heard of those guys? It's topping them. Yeah, you're turning a corner. You're turning a new leaf there, buddy.
I just made that stat up, you idiot.
I think. Wait, what is this stat? He's got the longest.
I made it up. That was completely off the top of my head. There was no stat.
I was gonna say was Chuba on the team? Remember when the Lions had the 9-8
Yes,
year and
he
they
blew
needed
us
to
out.
beat? Yes, I think if that was a real stat, I was gonna be like, well, he picked up. His numbers went up that game alone. Do you remember that fucking game?
I
where
think
the
that was
Panthers?
Donta Foreman, wasn't it?
It was both of
was,
them.
I thought it was both of them. Honestly,
Yeah, it probably was.
That was like a
pounded that
must-win
game.
road game for us, and we got
pounding.
shelled.
Keep pounding. That's right.
But outside of that, I think Atlanta's going to be a good team this year. I like Penix. They have a ton of weapons. New regime. They paid Kirky all that money for whatever fucking reason, but I do like what they got going on over there in Atlanta. Find them at Magic City after the game. Think the Falcons come in second in this division. Panthers third. Saints obviously bottom of the barrel team. They're going to be with Miami down there fucking picking up sewer rats by the end of the season. But chalk walk, jaywalk, give me the Buccaneers in that one.
All right. Good stuff. I want to talk about this division just a little more, just because there's a little bit of a dynamic here. Chandler's all over the Panthers. This is his Washington of this year, which I respect. Pizzo, Ice Cold Brew Lou, the original, the OG hater of Bryce Young. I just want to throw that out there. Like,
Present.
you've hated Bryce Young since the moment he was drafted first overall, and I respect you for that. And he was absolutely terrible. He had a good end of the year, but I think this is a good dynamic. The ultimate Bryce Young hater with Channy, biggest out on a limb pick of the year. Keep an eye on it. It's going to make for some good storylines for the Fizz this year. Keep an eye on Bryce Young. We'll see if he can see over the line this year. I want to talk about the Falcons just a little bit and get your guys' opinion on of where you're at with like the quarterback situation. Cause it's like, I like both these quarterbacks. I like Penix, the MSU killer. And then I like Kirky, cause he's obviously Kirko Chains. That's our guy forever. That's our fucking dog. I don't want Penix to fail. I don't want him to fail. I'm like kind of rooting for the guy. But I want Kirky to have like a second win to his career. And I think he could. And the only avenue I see it, though, is, and in a great way, this would be the best thing ever, is if JJ McCarthy is just absolutely ass in Minnesota, which I know we're all rooting for him to be ass because we think he's ass and we're all MSU guys. And I would love for the great MSU Spartan to get traded mid-season to Minnesota and take over. Obviously, I don't want Minnesota to do well. I want to beat Minnesota at every facet of the game. But in this little microcosm of Minnesota lore, it would be great if Kirky could come back and like have Minnesota finish, fucking 9-8 and lose in the first round or something like that. That would be cool. I would love Kirky to end up somewhere this year and kind of revive the career Baker style.
Yeah, it'll be an interesting year, and I don't think they can give up on Penis this early in his career, or Penix this early in his career. But either way, should be an interesting division. And let Kirk speak. Remember when that was like written in chalk all over East Lansing when we were there?
Yeah, we just kept saying, "Kirk speak." Fuck.
Yeah, here, Kirk fuck is what we turned into.
Change the words.
It was written in chalk. I wrote it.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah, I remember that one. All right, let's move along. We're going to go to another division. I feel like every division's just been dominated by the same team for the last 5 years. So
I'm picking them too.
The most you started off then, Professor. I know you know what division you're talking about, right?
Where are we going? We're going to the Wait, where are we going? Where were you going to go?
AFC West, I was going to go.
Okay,
that's been dominated by the Chiefs. So, Frank, you start us off. We know who you're picking, right? 6 years in a row? 7 years in a row now?
Mahomes thong on.
Yeah. I'm not wearing a Mahomes. You know what? Fuck you guys. All right, let's go to the
Swift on in the background, big boy.
Yeah, I will. I proudly will support Taylor Swift. I don't care. I'm shameless about it. I fucking love Taylor Swift. I don't give a fuck what you guys say. Let's go to the AFC West, where everyone knows who I'm already picking because they're going to win the division. It's not because I love Taylor Swift. It's not because Andy Reid's the best coach. No, it is because Andy Reid's like one of the best coaches in the NFL, and Patrick Mahomes is the best quarterback in the NFL, and they waltz to the Super Bowl every fucking year, except the 1 year I needed them to make the Super Bowl to play the Rams, where Stafford got his Super Bowl, but we can talk about that later. I'm not picking against them. There's some very sexy picks to have here. The Chargers, always very sexy, so sexy. Fucking Justin Herbert is the king of the what-if quarterback. He is literally Phillip Rivers. Justin Herbert is Phillip Rivers. He's going to have a sick, awesome, long career, never going to get out of the divisional round. Not going to get there. Can't root for the Chargers either because fucking Jim Harbaugh is there, and I fucking hate that guy. He stinks. He smells. If there's another coach there, they might be sexy enough for me to pick. The one thing that I do love about the Chargers, I love me some Steelers. Najee Harris is now in LA for the Chargers, and he's a Pirate now, which is great. So he's Pirate Najee Harris because he blew his eye off with a firework or something.
Did he really?
Excited to watch. Yeah, he injured his eyeball. He hasn't practiced. He hasn't practiced all year.
So I wasn't keeping up on Najee Harris, but that's good to know he's a firework guy.
Yes, and he is not good, and now he has no depth perception. So
that might help him.
That's what I mean. So now he's just, and it's ironic because he has like one of my favorite quotes in the NFL. It's like, I don't wear a visor because I want to look in a motherfucker's eyes.
That was hard as fuck, and then he sucked balls after that.
Yeah, his average carry is like 2.2 yards. Yeah. But
take the visor off. Make sure they see your eyes.
Well, now he's wearing a pirate patch. Okay. So they're a sexy pick. Even sexier pick, I think, is the Broncos. I think they're very sexy. Sean Payton, finding his rhythm in Denver after getting rid of Russ. He's got his guy with Bo Nix. I'm rooting for Bo Nix. Bo Nix won me a lot of money in college. Love Bo Nix. Thinks he's great. Mile High Stadium. I've said it to you guys year after year after year. I think it's one of the toughest places to win. But until someone gets dethroned here, fucking hit the music, play me some Taylor Swift, fucking send me down Cornelia Street. I'm going to Arrowhead, and I'm taking the Chiefs to win this division again. Not pretty, not exciting, but they just somehow, Mahomes just fucking wiggles his ass for a first down or gets a PI or Bucker fucking hits a 60-yarder, and they win by an average of 2 points every game, and they'll win this division again.
Wiggle that ass in a thong. That's what Frank's looking for. What do you
Yeah.
think, Lou?
I think he's
like
listening to Romeo and Juliet in his fucking headphones right now.
I don't believe that's one of her songs.
Isn't it like Somewhere We Can Be Alone?
Yeah.
Jerk off, Patrick Mahomes.
Yes, that's it. It's called Love Story. Read a
Oh,
book.
sorry. Sorry, bro. My bad.
Who you got, Lou?
All right, I'm going
Romeo or Juliet?
Yeah. Can't wait for this
Somewhere
fucking. Let's
we
see where
can
this.
crank alone.
Can't wait till this fucking plane ends up landing right in the middle of Arrowhead.
I'm fucking
Here we
throwing
go.
the chalk out the window, boys. Fuck the chalk. I'm going with Sean Payton, boys. The mastermind, one of the greatest offensive minds in the NFL. He's going to coordinate fucking Bo Nix, Sutton. They're going to be going up and down the field like it's nobody's business. RJ Harvey, you ever heard of him? You're going to hear about him soon because he's nasty, boys. Give me the Broncos to take down this division. I think the Chiefs are going to have a down year. I still think they're going to make the playoffs. A down year for the Chiefs is like not winning the division, unfortunately. But I think the Chiefs sneak into a wild card spot. Chargers down year. Harbaugh, loser. I think they actually kind of suck this year. I think they're a 500 team, not too high on the Chargers. I think the Raiders are going to be better than a lot of people think. I like their win total over. I like Genty. I like another mastermind over there, Mr. Sir Pete Carroll. And don't forget the P, buddy, because it's Uncle Pete. Look for him to have a good year.
That's your guy.
I agree. I said he's going to have a good year.
I don't
think he's going to win the Super Bowl.
I'm excited. I'm just yelling. I'm not saying you're defending him or not defending him.
I am defending him. I'll defend him to the grave.
You are.
Okay,
yeah, you're defending him saying they're going to come in last.
Good. No,
is that correct? Tell me where the Raiders finish in the division. Yeah, okay.
Tell me from last.
yeah. You're really standing on business this morning, Lou.
There.
Okay.
Give me the Broncos to take that one down.
Yeah. The plane is circling in midair, waiting for clearance on the runway right now. We don't know what's going on.
It's a paper airplane.
I love when this happens, boys. So it's happened now. I think this is the second time it happened today, where we all pick different division winners. So I am going to go with the Chargers. But Chandler, Rashawn Slater's out for the year. Yeah, that's why you draft Joe Alt with a top 10 pick last year. Their O-line is awesome. This is a Harbaugh team. You've got two good running backs. Omarion Hampton, who is my front runner for Offensive Rookie of the Year. You got Najee Harris, who's going to be running down the field this year. You got a team that's going to play downhill. You got a very efficient quarterback in Justin Herbert. And this is just my thought, and I'll probably say it for the next 5 years and be wrong every year. But the Chiefs got to have one off year. And by an off year, I mean like 10-7, 9-8. Like, I'm not saying they're going to miss the playoffs, but like, there's no way, right? There's no way they can keep going 12, 13, 14 wins a year. You got Kelsey going to venues during the week, looking at venues, trying out the food, getting a little chubby. You got Frank listening to Romeo and Juliet. It's not gonna happen this year. So I'm going with the Chargers this year to take down the AFC West. That's my pick.
I really hope Najee Harris gets traded to the Buccaneers somehow this year.
Or the Raiders, man. That would be sick. Dude, it would be like literally their logo. The guy's got a fucking pirate patch on. Also, I just want to state, like, I was talking about Najee being a pirate, and I kind of, Pizzo was just rolling, his plane's fucking running out of gas, spiraling downward. And like he did RJ Harvey, like he made him a pirate too. I just kind of wanted to throw that out there that he was just in pirate mode.
I'm pro pirate. I'll tell you that.
I mean, we picked the
Pirates
Bucks,
are
and then
awesome.
we roll. Pirates rock. I just watched the movie Pirates like 2 weeks ago. I haven't seen it in
Severely
years.
underrated. Middle of the show, over underrated. Pirates, you gotta go underrated. Absolute juggernauts, dude.
Yeah, Chandler, have you even seen it?
No, I don't watch movies.
I was watching
I live in
a fucking
reality.
documentary on fucking Freddie Mac.
Okay, I didn't watch a documentary on mortgages, but let's just keep it rolling.
Wait,
All right,
wait, real quick. All-time line from Chandler. No, I don't watch movies. I live in reality. That's an all-time Chandler line right there. Put that on a fucking t-shirt
or a coffee mug.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, coffee mug makes better sense. Yeah,
either or. All right, next up, NFC West. This division, I feel like, is very deep this year. You've got the perennial team who had a down year last year, 49ers. You got the Rams, who always seem to make the playoffs but never really win the division. And then you've got Seahawks, who seem to be hitting reset with Darnold. And then the second shortest quarterback in the league, Kyler Murray, in Arizona this year with MHJ. I think this is a pretty wide open division. I don't think you can really have a bad pick in this division. I'm going to go with the Rams. I think that they know the window is closing. I think they have a year or two left, especially with bringing Devontae Adams in. Stafford, his back is getting a little gimpy. He's only got so much left in the tank. Jared Verse was awesome for him last year. And Sean McVay, one of the best offensive minds in the league. That's not going to change. I don't know if the 49ers have enough this year after losing Nick Bosa. CMC always seems to be gimpy. I saw he's like questionable or on the injury report already.
With a calf.
They traded away Debo, who was their best offensive weapon. Brandon Ayuk is out till about mid-year. Juwan Jennings is suspended. Ricky Pearsall seems to be the only option on the outside for him right now. So I think Devontae Adams is going to have a big year. I think the Rams are going to do what they do every year. They're gonna make the playoffs. They're gonna win a game maybe, and then they're gonna get knocked out at that point. But give me the Rams to take down the NFC West.
Lou.
Okay, I like it. And I agree, dude. It's pretty wide open in this division as well. I know San Francisco lost a lot of pieces, but well-coached team. I think Purdy's a good game manager as well, so I think he's going to be fine. You still have Kittle. He's a great option. Ricky Pearsall took a fucking bullet in the chest, boys. Like, that guy can fuck. That guy's ready to roll. I have no doubt about that. I'm going to go with the 49ers in this one to take the division down here. Rams in second. I think the Cardinals are kind of a 500 team this year as well. Third, and then the Seahawks pulling up the anchor with Darnold. I think he had a flash in the pan season over there with Minnesota. I don't see much out of the Seahawks this season, boys.
Help me out, boys. Who's coaching the Seahawks?
Mike McDonald.
There you go. Thank you. Well, when there's a division that seems close or there's a toss-up, again, I'm looking at quarterback and coach. And I think McVay, Stafford, by far and away, the number 1 and 1 in that division. The biggest thing is if Stafford holds on for the whole season. Sounds like he's getting epidurals jammed in his fucking back. It sounds like his spine could go at any time. But if there's one thing we know about Stafford is he ain't no candy ass. He'll play through anything, fight through anything. He's a dog. I mean, he's an absolute dog. You know, as much as it pisses me off that he's in LA and they won the Super Bowl and they kind of drive me nuts now, like, he's a fucking dog and a gamer and honestly one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL, future Hall of Famer. He stays healthy, they're going to win this division. Honestly, I think even if he doesn't stay healthy, isn't their backup Stetson
Bennett? Proven winner.
Winner.
Alcoholic.
A vet, second year in the NFL, already an alcoholic.
Could be mutually winner. Exclusive. Winner and an alcoholic.
I did right.
I'm not against it. I'm just saying that's what he is.
Mickey Mantle was that. Right. Exactly.
He rose. He had to like the booze.
Yeah, 100%.
There's like the book too.
There we go.
We all do.
Yeah, over underrated. Okay. I got Rams winning this division. They have the most weapons. They have the most talent. Even if Stafford can't survive the season, even if Bennett was starting the season, I still think I would take the Rams. And as always, like, the Rams are that sneaky fucking team that I don't want to see in a playoff game. Like, I don't want Stafford to have another shot at us in the playoffs. So I'm taking the Rams. I think they take the division. And also just want to throw this out there. I've talked about Mike McDaniel. I've talked about Caleb Williams. Kyler Murray, probably number 2 on my list of, like, would really hate for that guy to be my quarterback. Can't stand Kyler Murray. Just feel like he has no killer instinct or desire to win.
You're wrong.
I don't like him at all.
I disagree.
I don't think
he won like 100 state championships in Texas. He definitely has the desire and the will to win.
He won high school games. He
never lost a state championship.
I don't give a flying fuck.
Well, you said that he doesn't have the will to win. That's a lie.
He doesn't. If he was fucking shoving around JV guys in Texas, I don't give a fucking shit.
Look at Arch Manning, dude.
I won a baseball state championship, 39-5 or whatever the fuck. Am I winning games in the MLB? No, because I'm not a winner. Neither is Kyler. He'll end his career. Here, I'll bet you $100. He'll never have a playoff win in his career.
All right, wow. I'll take that bet all day. Deal.
He will not. Kyler Murray will not have a playoff win in his career.
Done. When he retires and becomes a head coach in Texas for the high school team.
Yeah, and then he'll really start tearing it up. Yeah.
Guy's a fucking high school football legend, okay?
Shut up.
All right.
You making that up too? The Chuba Hubbard yards per run?
No, that's actually true.
And next week on the D Zone, brought to you by so let's go to our two favorite divisions. I think we can all agree this is our second favorite division in the league.
Yeah,
it's just so gritty. Look at Frank's changing his thong out. He's going from Mahomes to black and gold. It is the AFC North, one of the toughest, most respected divisions in the league. Always wide open. You got the Ravens. You got the Steelers. You got Midwest grit. You got the Browns sucking cock off of Lake Erie. And you got the Bengals with an offense and a defense that can't stop a nosebleed. Always a wide open division. I'm going to start here and just do process by elimination. Browns, cool. You're going to put up some points. You're done. There's nothing going on this year for you. Hopefully Flacco puts up some yards. Steelers, Aaron Rodgers, you're 43 or 42 years old. Respect your franchise, but you're not going anywhere this year. And you know what? I love Joe Burrow, one of my top 3 favorite quarterbacks in the league, but it's the Ravens division. They're too deep. They're too good across the board. They're too good at all the positions. John Harbaugh's been a staple. They're in the hunt every single year. And I know we talk about them being Super Bowl favorite, this or that. Let's just, put it down into a micro level. It's just the AFC North, and they will take the AFC North. They will beat the Bengals when they play them to get the AFC North crown and to catapult them into a playoff run. I'm taking the Ravens to win the AFC North.
Lou.
Yeah, I think this one's pretty chalky, boys. Outside of the Bengals, I don't really see another threat in that division to the Ravens. They've been carrying the torch there for a minute. I know Cincy had a down year last year, so I do think that they have a better start to the year. I mean, you can't really do much worse than starting 0-6, but look out for the Bengals. They're going to get theirs. I still don't see any other threat to the Ravens. They're too well-rounded. Lamar's impossible to stop for these guys. I mean, the Bengals defense sucks balls. The Steelers can get after the quarterback. The Browns are the Browns sucking dick on Lake Erie, like Chandler said. Give me the Ravens on that one as well.
Yeah, so Chandler talking about the division. I had chills the whole time. Love this division. Actually just spent last weekend in Pittsburgh. I was fucking around Heinz Stadium or Arcusher, whatever they're calling it now. I was on the bridges, scouting it out, just taking in all of Pittsburgh. And I got to say, really loved it, really enjoyed it. Great town. It's like Detroit, but like with hills. Like it's very hilly. Anyways, love the Steelers, but I'm in a tough spot this year. Fucking Aaron Rodgers is there. That guy fucking blows. It's kind of awful that he's there. Can't wait till the Steelers just hit a full reset and get their guy at quarterback. But until then, give me the Steelers at 9-8 this year because, we got to be a little over 500 with Tomlin. They'll figure it out. They're going to be a little bit of a nightmare. Lions play them this year. They're going to be a tough out. Probably 9 wins, like we said. Cleveland Browns going to be up there with Miami for the funniest team this year, but they have like a more of a humor level. Honestly, I'm rooting for Cleveland. I hope they do well. I hope they win games, but they're simply not. They're the funniest team in the NFL. I'm glad the Lions have finally separated us from them being grouped together as the funniest 2 teams in the NFL. They're a laughingstock. They're a joke. Like Chandler said, Cincy's great. I fucking love Burrow. I watch quarterback. I thought he's sweet. He's swaggy. He's the coolest fucking quarterback in the NFL probably. They're just not well-rounded enough. They're chaotic and they can do flashy things and they do explosive plays. But when it's time to win games, they are not well-rounded enough to win the division. And then that's when you get to the Baltimore Ravens, who John Harbaugh, one of my favorite coaches in the NFL, Lamar Jackson, one of my favorite quarterbacks in the NFL, love Derrick Henry. And then they just have a well-rounded team with their defense and everything. Bengals maybe put up some fight, but like you guys said, this is the Ravens division.
And we leave the biggest cliffhanger for last. I know this is going to be a surprise. We go to the best division in the NFL, not only record-wise, not only toughness-wise, the tradition, the Midwest, the cold weather, the chili, the heavy beer. Throw out the Mick Ultras. You better be running downhill. You better be grounding and pounding if you're going to come into an NFC North stadium. You got the Lions, you got the Pack, you got the Vikings, you got the Bears, you got the toughest division in the league this year. I mean, there's no cliffhanger here. The North runs through Detroit. It's ran through Detroit for the last 2 years. They're going to make it a third straight year here this year, and we're going to set the fucking tone week one. I can hear the guy saying it in my head, the guy with the lion head, right down blue. What would we call that? Blue Alley? The Blue Sea.
Blue Sea.
The Blue Sea. I could set the tone. That's this week. We're setting the tone. 2 NFC North matchups to start the year. Packers, Lions, Bears, Vikings Monday night. I'm taking the Lions. We'll get into those reasons here in a couple minutes, but I'll just start with my other analysis. Minnesota going to finish last in the division. JJ's going to need time. Kevin O'Connell may get him there. It's not going to be this year. Bears are going to finish around 500. I don't believe the hype. I don't think Caleb has what it takes to lead a locker room in the NFL. And, you know, I saw a stat. He gets sacked a lot. Yeah, his line was bad last year. He got sacked a lot at USC, too, in an offense where Lincoln Riley typically throws the ball quickly. He tries to do too much every play, and it's going to be a deterrent to him. I don't think Ben Johnson's going to have the patience this year for him. Not saying he's going to bench him, but I think it's also going to be a learning curve. They're going to finish around 500, and you know what? I'm not convinced on the Packers either. I think they're better than they were last year, but they're banged up at receiver right now. You're depending on Romeo Doubs. You're depending on Matt Golden, a rookie. You're depending on a gimpy Jordan Love, who hurt his thumb just a couple weeks ago. You lost the middle of your D-line to add a gimpy Micah Parsons, who, last time I checked, he didn't make that Dallas defense that good. I don't think he's going to make a huge difference overall. I think he's going to make the pass rush better in Green Bay. But at the end of the day, I started the segment with this. You got to stop the run in the NFC North. That's the type of football you play. I don't think the Packers did that by adding Micah Parsons, and I think they finish around like a 10-7 this year. It runs through the North. The Lions are not going to get 15 wins this year, but they're still going to carry the crown. They're going to be a top 4 seed in the playoffs. Our Detroit Lions taking down the Norris division, and we start by beating the Packers in week 1.
Woo!
Lou.
Amen. And no better time to go to Lambeau than right now, I'll tell you that. Nice and warm out there. We don't got to worry about any cold fingies. This is our division to lose. A lot of what you said, Chandler. I mean, Jordan Love's banged up. Micah's banged up. We got 2 of the best running backs in the NFL. The 2 best running backs in the NFL. Let me restate that. And nobody can fucking stop the run in that division. We are going to pound the fucking ball down their throat on Sunday at 4 o'clock. Like it's fucking Lisa Ann in her 20th video of the day. It's going to be bad, and it's going to be blown out the back of their mouth, dude. I'm talking bad. I love where we're at. I love going into Green Bay week 1. I love that, like, everything flipped to Green Bay winning the division. Lions getting 2.5 now that Micah Parsons came in. Perfect. We're back where we want to be, boys. We don't like being up there. We don't like everyone praising us, everyone picking us, everyone slapping our ass running into the tunnel. No. Not today, boys. I love where we're at. I am absolutely putting a fucking nuke on us plus 2.5 on Sunday as well. No better way to set the tone of the year than going into your fucking division rivalries home and blowing out their throat. Number 2, Chicago Bears. I'll tell you what, dude, Ben Johnson is not a head coach. He's Josh McDaniels. Write that down. He will be out of there in 3 years. He's not a glue guy. He's not a locker room guy. He's a nuts and bolts guy. You have to be a head coach. You have to be a glue guy. You have to be kind of a rah-rah guy. You lift everyone up and let them do their jobs. I don't see that in Ben Johnson. I see him as a nuts and bolts guy. Look at the wires, attach the fucking numbers, No, you're a dipshit. Bears are dead. That team sucks. Vikings are going to be the worst team in the division by far. No threat outside of Green Bay for us here. Give me the Lions, boys.
I didn't have Lisa Ann catching a stray on the bingo card for today's show.
Yeah, that was 20th film of the day. That's good. Boys, I talk a lot about the sexy picks, and I feel like it's sexy right now because the Lions are going for their three-peat. The Lions, whether we like it or not, we don't think they have it, but there's still the Detroit Lions stink on them from a lot of terrible years around the NFL of what people think. Green Bay is Green Bay. They're title town. They're this and that. Now they just signed Micah Parsons. Chicago, one of the fucking biggest cities in the U.S. People love Chicago. People want the Bears to win. The NFL wants the Bears to win. They got Caleb Williams. They got Ben Johnson. It's a lot of fucking pop and flash and smoke and mirrors. But at the end of the day, the Detroit Lions, like we said with the AFC North, like the Ravens, we're the most well-rounded team. We're the most proven team. We're the most cultured team. We have guys who are bought into this system. Now, every single fucking person that you talk to in the pundit world, anybody who has worries about this team, The Athletic, 16 of 23 coaches and executives interviewed said the Lions would take a step back this year. And the number one reason for that is two new coordinators. I'm just so sick of hearing about it. Ben Johnson was an amazing coordinator for us. Amazing coordinators move on. We are still a great team with the same core of everything we have. The only difference is we are, like you said, going to pound this rock a lot more this year. We're going to hold the ball. We're going to contain the ball as opposed to scoring in 3 seconds. I am very excited to watch it this year. And we have the opportunity right off the rip to fucking silence all doubters and all conversations around the Lions not being the best team in the North by opening up in Green Bay and then bringing Chicago for the home opener. Now, I thought it was a little disrespectful that they're throwing us in Lambeau on the road to start the year. But then you kind of think about it. I mean, Lou said it. It's going to be the warmest fucking game of the year in Lambeau. Not that the cold bothers us. The golf myth is it's a myth is exactly what it is. And number 2, Micah just switched teams and he's getting fucking epidurals in his back or whatever he's getting. Like, he is not feeling 100%. So this might be the perfect time to get him as well. Love going to Lambeau, love jamming it down their throat to start the year, get Lambeau out of the way. And then I am salivating. I am trying to think of the last time I was more excited for a game than Ben Johnson, Chicago Bears in the home opener. I want it to look like a flashbang went off next to his head and he doesn't know where he's at, because everything's all cool and nice when you're the ones on that side of it. When you're in charge of the other team on the other side of the field and we're eating Caleb Williams alive and we have a 17-point lead in the first quarter, everything changes. I can't wait for that moment. It's no doubt I'm picking the Detroit Lions to win the division. I've said it a bunch of times. Channy said it. I don't think we're winning 15 games this year, but I think we're winning 12 to 13. And I think that's going to be more than enough to win the division. I got Green Bay a second. I think they are going to be a good team. I think Jordan Love's going to have a little more of a bounce back year, but again, they're not well-rounded enough to take this division. Fuck JJ McCarthy. I still think Minnesota has a better team around them. They're coming in third, and dude, fuck the Bears. They're not good. They're not good. I don't care what anybody says, because Ben Johnson can draw up really tricky plays. They're coming in last. Fuck the Bears.
Yep. I know we're running up to it, but quick Super Bowl prediction. I'm just going to give mine very quickly. I've got the same one as last year, and I think all 3 of us did it last year, but I'm just going to pick the same matchup. Our Detroit Lions over the Baltimore Ravens. We will be on Woodward Avenue in the middle of February, crying, celebrating, drinking, blacking out, doing whatever, but we've waited way too long. This is our year 2025-2026 champions, the Detroit Lions, over the Baltimore Ravens in Levi's Stadium.
Wow. Okay, I'm going to go with America's game. The two teams that everyone wants to see in the Super Bowl final. Your Detroit Lions against your Buffalo Bills. I'm going Lions over the Bills this year. It's the matchup everyone wants. It's the premier setup. It's grit. It's football. It's literally first name grid, last name iron. If you write it down, give me the Lions over the Bills.
Well, just to piss you guys off and just to stay as chalk as I possibly could, I am going to switch it up a little bit. I got the Detroit Lions winning this Super Bowl over yours truly, the Kansas City Chiefs. Taylor Swift in attendance, in tears, crying as the Detroit Lions raise Lombardi. I got the Lions winning the Super Bowl over the Chiefs. I got to ask one more question for you guys, though. Who are the Lions beating in the NFC Championship?
I'm going to go with a little bit of a surprise on this one, and it's kind of the theme we've seen the last couple years. I'm going the Rams. I think we just slay Stafford to get to the Super Bowl. I'm going Lions over Rams.
Scurvy! I'm going with the Buccaneers, buddy. Give me the Lions over the Baker and the Buccaneers and the eye patches. Hopefully they get Najee Harris at some point.
Yeah, they got to get Najee.
J. Harvey.
Okay, he's not a pirate. We talked about this. Channy, fuck, I'm going Rams as well. I think it would just be the most unbelievable thing to knock off Stafford one more time en route to the Super Bowl. That's what I want. I got Lions, Rams, NFC Championship. I think I'm going to go I'm going to go Ravens. I'm going to go Ravens, Chiefs, AFC Championship, and then Chiefs. Lions, Chiefs. To be honest, I want the Chiefs. If I had to pick right now.
Oh, we know.
If I had to pick right now who we get in the Super Bowl, would you rather have the Ravens, the Bills, or the Chiefs?
Taylor Swift. Yep.
Yeah. Thank you.
Love story or Romeo.
Chandler tried to do everything. You tried to not agree with me. Tried to do everything you could there to not fucking agree with me. And Chandler Pizzo's not even going to answer.
No, I mean it's. I guess we'll have to see, dude.
Yeah. No, for sure. Yeah. Like totally. Yeah, nice Tennessee pick. That should come through.
How long have you been waiting to say that?
I mean, not too long. I mean, how long have we been on the call?
40 minutes.
I think I picked every division favorite. Oh no, the Lions. The Lions aren't the favorites anymore, so I wasn't pure chalk.
Wow, the professor went off route.
Save some for the rest of us.
I would just like to note my first bet of the year was A.J. Brown over 60 yards, Eagles -2.5. A.J. Brown had one catch for 7 yards. So I am in fucking midseason form right off the rip. All right, boys. Anything else we got? Do we have an over-under to close? Does anyone got one?
Yeah, I'll do an over-under.
Yeah, go ahead.
Ready? And it might be good, but had it for dinner last night.
Oh,
oysters, over or underrated?
I'll go.
Yeah.
You want me to?
Yeah.
I'll do it.
Go.
Okay. I'm gonna go with oysters. Underrated. Huge oyster guy. I prefer the cold, but I'll fuck with the Rockefeller as well. A little warmed up is always good. If they're not fresh though, you get that nasty taste. Like that can ruin an oyster for you. But you get those fresh ones, absolutely fantastic. Oysters underrated.
I do love oysters, but I'm going to say they're overrated. I like them a lot. I think they're good. I'll get them. I'll eat them. Like picking between West Coast and East Coast, and like they have to be fresh. They got to be good, and like sometimes they can get pricey, and they're not like filling you up or anything. And if they go wrong, it can be really bad. So I think they're overrated, even though I do like them, but I don't think they're like worth the hype. I mean, they have like full bars dedicated to oysters, which to me is just like that's crazy.
Yeah, I'm gonna go underrated. I love oysters. One of my favorite appetizers. Get the taste of the ocean in them. You just taste the ocean when you have some good fresh oysters. They're like nothing. it's like you're swallowing like a booger, I feel like, which is kind of sick, but like, yeah, I kind of like it, you know? So underrated, love oysters, and I'm an East Coast over a West Coast oyster
all
guy.
All day.
Definitely.
Always East Coast. Well, that's a Fizz episode for you if I've ever heard one. Just like, you know, NFL football, Lisa Ann, Pirates, and then I totally thought Chandler was going to hit us with an over-under that was related to football. Nope. Oysters. Fuck it, oysters.
That's it.
That's the Fizz for you. That's the Fizz for you. So, boys, good hanging out in the morning here. Happy Friday. Everyone, good luck on all your bets this weekend. Keep an eye on the stories. Sign up for Caesars. All that stuff. Football's here. Football's here, and it's fucking glorious. And it begins again. The journey started last night, and it really begins on Sunday. We're excited to be along for the ride. Good luck on all your bets this weekend.
Go Lions, baby!
Go Lions, baby, and get that money this weekend. Peace.
See you.